Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to be putting some Makeup by Mario on my face. And I'm going to show, finally, those of you who have been asking me over a long period of time how I do the bandana in my hair. We're going to do that. And if you're up for that, just keep watching. So I've already primed my face and I got my little eye patches on. And confession, thank you Lancome for bifacil, because I had to take off all my eye makeup because I forgot that I had this little doodad here. It is the, that's a blush. This, can't see. This is an eyeshadow primer. And what I was thinking was the eyeshadow palette that is over there that I said I wanted to try, the all matte thingamabob, this was out of stock also, so I couldn't get those two things. There was something else. Oh, the contour, stick and powder, out of stock. Must be fabulous stuff because I can't get my hands on it. When I was over there though, I did get to swatch this and I thought, what? Like if this was back in 2012 or something, I could understand why you might be going crazy over this. And I could be wrong, but just from touching what I did over there did not feel any different to me than what's in the Glitzy Fritzyville wasted box right now. The same mattes that I would use are in this, so we're just going to use that today. And I did this look, total matte look, and then remembered, uh-oh, we were supposed to use this. I had to take it all off. That is why these brushes that I'm using are dirty. So here we go. Let's prime the eyes with the Master Eye Prep and Set. And let's see, does this beat out everything I've used? I was told by one of you that, I think that was Nina, maybe, said she loves this stuff and that she bought it because Mel said it was like her eyeshadow primer BFF. I did see that Mel loved this. Anyway, we're going to give this a shot. Now, she did say that she likes to use her fingers to put it on, and Mel liked to use a brush. So I thought, well, I'm going to do it both ways, and we'll just see. I'm going to know how this is going to do better when I get my fingers in it, because this is how I spread on the Sigma one. Now this color right here, let me turn that over to a different side and get the darker one, and see if that matches my skin tone better. Neither one of these are the shade of Ignite. But because that one there is lighter, I'm thinking that this could work to enhance the eyeshadows. All right, now feeling it, it does immediately feel drier than what I normally use, which is this Sigma Ignite stick, which stays kind of creamy but gets tacky but never really gets dry. So this kind of feels dry on my lid. Second time, I'm going to come in here and feel it. It feels creamy. Let me put this on here with my finger. I'm going to tell you right off, I like the finger method better, even though it's not going to be as precise. If Mel was using a brush, I'm sure this is why she was using a brush, is because you can get more precise, like in that corner. But I like patting it with my finger better. Now, I didn't see him do anything on this, so I don't know. Am I supposed to be setting this primer with the powder? I'm inclined to take this powder and bring it, like I always do, shadow from the crease up so that I'm not moving my lids too much. By the way, this is the new rephr 01 brush, and I can see it's number 1. It is number 1. I love this. This is like a goat hair E25. It actually does everything that brush does. Everything. You could do your whole look with just this brush. Well, let's see how this baby handles eyeshadow then. I'm going to recreate the look I just took off. In the Enchanted palette, as you can see, I have a light matte. I have mattes over here, browns, orangey browns, and black, and just like that Mario palette. So I'm just going to use this to create a matte look. Sigma mattes are very buttery, so look, I mean, wow, that was just tapping that brush in here. Let's just pat it down and see how this does. I mean, I'm going to be able to tell you something because I know what it's like to put shadow down over my favorite primer. That is more intense than I wanted over there. Use this primer twice under shadows and it does blend like a dream over the top of this. Wow. I'm just picking up more over here too to match what I did over there. It seems like it's easy to come over for sure. It's not causing the shadows to be patchy. Coming into the lightest matte, putting that down here on the inner part of the lid and the corner. Back to my opinion on the eyeshadows though. When I was over there, I thought, okay, you know, if I didn't have an all matte neutral palette, or if I was just wanting to stay within one line, then maybe I would think that that was worth $50. But feeling them and looking at the palette, I thought, wow, I can do that right now with even the palette that I have open here. Just ignore the shimmers. I've got those kinds of mattes right here. So I don't see any point in paying $50 for those eyeshadows. Not that palette anyway. I may purchase one of his palettes in the future, but not that palette. So I no longer want that. We can take that out of the wish list. That must be a fabulous lip kit though. I'm not taking it out. Someday in the future, I might go ahead and get it. I'm gonna finish my eye look and my brows off camera, and I'll be back to use this eyeliner pencil. Really, really, really want this eyeliner to work. I want it to work like the Give Beauty one does. Creamy, goes in, stays. I got it in black. It's got a little brush on one end so you can smudge it. And then on this end is a sharpener kind of deal. I did go ahead and put on mascara, even though I knew we were going to do eyeliner, because I'm going in the tight line and the waterline. To me, if you are being sold as an eyeliner, you should be able to go on top of, you know, I should be able to come on my lid and use this, or underneath my eye. And if you can't, why are you even being sold as an eyeliner? But will it go into the water and tight line and stay there? That's what we're going to find out. So I'm just going to come down here and test its creaminess. It is pretty creamy. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Look what I did. I didn't mean to get under there. Hang on, we got to get a Q-tip and fix that. Otherwise, we're going to have to go all over the place with it, and I don't want that. So that's how that happened. It's like that eyeliner is sunk down in there. It needs to be sharpened. I'm going to try to do what I want to do without doing that. I am going to have to sharpen it because I'm not going to be able to use this sunk down in there like that.
A few moments later.
All right, that's better. The tip is getting ready to break off in my eye. If you don't want to see it, look away. Oh, she is creamy. Whoa, wait, hang on. I got my eye. Huh, look, it's in my eye. It broke. Oh my gosh, it broke off in my eye. You see it in my eye? It's in my eye. It's in my eye. Taking the brush, maybe that's what the brush is for. And now the tip of it fell down on the floor by my feet, and guess what happened?
Flashback.
Oh my gosh, I've got a mess on the floor. I'm going to try to show you what just happened. I've got to clean that up before I drag it out on my carpets. The Mario eyeliner, the piece that broke off, is on the floor.
End of flashback.
It can't be so creamy that it breaks off. See, now look, I have to sharpen it again. I wonder, is it going to break off again? Let's do that.
More moments later.
Good, look at the mess I'm making. Mario! I'm going to have to report back to you on this, whether or not it keeps doing that or not.
More moments later.
This is like when Shy Guy goes outside to smoke, and I'm just in there carrying on a conversation with him, and he's outside. So I had the camera off, and I don't know what all I was saying. I think I was showing that inside that box with the eyeliner came this. See, I've got it over here now, too. I like that Laura Mercier also does that with her pencils, is include a sharpener. I should know by the time that you see this, because I'm going to put this eyeliner in the basket there. Because the Give Beauty black eyeliner you saw the last time in the Wasted and Glitzy Fritzyville basket, it's got maybe one more sharpen, and then I can't sharpen it anymore, and I need that for my tight line. I will say this is the only eyeliner I've ever bought that I had to immediately sharpen it to use it. So I don't know if that's a one-off or what, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the Wasted Glitzy Fritzyville basket just so that I can tell you whether or not that's a pencil that's going to work out or not, whether it transfers from the top to the bottom because I was foolish, and I will report back to you on that. And let's move on to the foundation. You didn't get to see it in its glorious black cardboard package. I explained that I had gone over to Sephora and tried to match a shade, and number 4 was as close as I could get. Everything else was sold out, so I'm thinking this must be pretty good. Took a gamble and ordered 2 online. Not 2 bottles, the shade 2. So hopefully this is going to work for me. I have Natasha Denona's Skin Glass on my skin, which might not have been a good choice for this. That's what it looks like. Let's see. Ooh, That looks like it's gonna be a little bit light. Maybe I should have gone with 4. 3, I think, was a warm shade. Maybe this isn't gonna work. I don't know about this, guys. I'd rather go too light than too dark. I can fix it with bronzer and blush and all that stuff if I have to. I'm gonna use a sponge on this side. I'm gonna use a brush on the other side. I need to get a mirror instead of trying to use the monitor. I mean, I might have to get a 10 by to see, but it kind of looks the same, whether I'm using a brush or a sponge. Let me see how that looks in a 10 by. It does pretty much look the same, whether I use a brush or a sponge. Now, this is just first impressions. This isn't any kind of a check-in or anything like that. I don't see any point in doing all of that work if it's not something you guys are even interested in. I mean, if you want me to do that, I can do that. I don't think that looks too light blended in. But anyway, this luminous is not my thing, so I'm going to powder. Before I powder, though, I am going to come in here and get my Patrick Ta contour bronzer palette from out of the Wasted and Glitzy Fritzyville basket. With some setting spray, maybe it would last all day, don't know. The powder that's in my Glitzy Fritzyville basket is the Maybelline Fit Me. All right, now we have this blush by Mario, of course. This is Mellow Mauve. I don't know how pigmented that is. Let's see. That looks pretty. And come on my cheek with it. This looks pretty. The lip kit I wanted, you saw, was not in stock, so I'm just going to add a lipstick. I get questions all the time about the bandana scarf. How do I fold it? How do I put it in? I did a video on this once before, but I don't know where that is in the mass hysteria of my channel. So I'm going to show you in this video, even though it has nothing to do with Mario, I'm going to show you how I do that. You take the bandana, flip this so it's on the diagonal. Take this corner, and depending on how big your head is, depends on how much you come in on this. So for me, it's about right here. So you don't bring it all the way down, or I don't, maybe like here. You spread that out like so, right? Then you want to bring it about halfway down. Now in the back, people are going to see this. I fold this like this, but I'm going to tuck it. All right, so this part here is on the outside where people see, and when you tie it around your head, it won't come undone because these are on the inside. With the bandana folded now, all I do is take my hair, okay? And the reason that I do this a lot is because I don't want to like recurl my hair with all of the product that's in it from the days before. And so what I do is I just take and I rough it all up, okay? So that it's just like sticking up basically, all right? And I'm gonna pull the bang area down. So now I just take the bandana and I bring it in the back of my head like so. You see those folded in pieces are on the inside. I stretch it like this. Bring it across, and most of the time I will tie it off to one side, you know, a little off-centered, and I pull it taut, like so. Then I take my clips, okay, I take 2 bobby pins and secure it at the base, so right here, and on the other side. Then I'll take my fingers and I'll pull bangs down. Then I take 2 bobby pins and put it here. A lot of times it's these. Some of you have asked me where did I get these. I got these from a FabFitFun box. So I do that, and then I just kind of pull my hair around this scarf and start laying it down, which is really hard to do in here because I can't see what I'm doing very well. Like that part there I would fix by just doing this and pulling it around. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check on that, get my earrings and jewelry on, and I will return. So as you can see, hair comes out of the scarf at the top. Anyway, so that's how that looks. Yeah, I like to pair it with a nice pair of hoops And I like the look. And obviously a lot of you like the look too, or you wouldn't ask to see how I do it. Let's talk briefly about the products that I use. The last one that went on my face was this blush, and I like it. I think it has really good pigmentation, and I really enjoyed this. It's called Mellow Mauve Soft Pop Powder Blush, and this gets a thumbs up. I mean, I can't tell you how these things are going to wear all day. Maybe I will insert here how that did. I wore the makeup for 10 hours and had no problem with the blush whatsoever. It was still there at the end of the day. You know, I mean, if something really horrible happened, like this eyeshadow started creasing throughout the day. The shadows hung on and did not crease. At this point, we're going to have to wait and see if this turns into the dry mess that the sample was at Sephora. If this stuff starts to dry out, well, that's not going to be good. I mean, because over at the Sephora, and mind you, it's left open like this all the time, and everybody has their fingers in it, all kinds of oils going into it. But when I felt that over there, I was like, ugh, this doesn't feel like that. So possibly closing the lid and storing it after use. But I think the shadows went over this perfectly. I think I am going to put this and this in the wasted box just so that I can tell you. I mean, because right now I'm using the Sigma Eye Primer, which you already know I love, and that's not going to be a big deal. But I would like to know by the next Wasted Again in Glitzy Fritzyville box whether or not this stuff here, if you use it over and over and over, is it going to perform well still? Will it dry out or whatever? And this, I really want to know if it's going to transfer, since I wasn't smart enough to just put that on my tight line today. And am I going to have to sharpen this every single time I use it? Is it going to continue to break off? How will it do in comparison to Give Beauty's Line It Up, which you know I love? The eyeliner came out of the waterline in the outer corner, but remained everywhere else and in the tight line. Also, the next day when I wore it, it went into the tight line, no problem, just glided right in and did not transfer down to the waterline. I'm not going to put this in there. I'm talking about the Wasted in Glitzy Fritzyville basket. I'm not going to put this foundation in there to keep using it because I have other foundations I'm supposed to be using, but I like the way this looks so far. I will report here whether or not it did something funky, if it didn't last when tonight I go to take it off, if it's not there or whatever. It gathered a little bit at the side of my nostrils and wore off on my chin, but for the most part, it was still there when I took it off. I think it turned out to be a pretty good shade, and I will spend more time with this at another time. I'm going to put it in the drawer, and we'll be using that again sometime in the future. Okay, I think that's all I have for you today, so on that note, I want to let you know you're the best part of the Fritzy family, and if you're not having a blessed day, the way you can get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
The bandana, my sweaty, this is a sweaty, I am sweaty. Yeah, in more places than just here, never mind. I mean, I could be wrong. It's happened before. I've been wrong. I've been wrong. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Celebrate the brows. Come on. Yeah, they call me Mellow Yellow. Woo, this is a yellow. They call me Mellow Mauve. Woo.
I couldn't find that in your Apple Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station.
I didn't ask you for anything. Go away. I didn't ask you for a thing. Up, all over the place. Yeah, up. Red rubber ball. Why? I don't know. Downtown, there's a red rubber ball being thrown all around town, and cause the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Hoe down, we're going to a hoe.